Nightfall. This AC gets a lot of hate from the community, and I can see why. The internals and frame are some of the worst possible. However, I'd argue the combination of the weapons on this machine is easily top tier. We've got an assault rifle, which doesn't impress with its power. That's not what it's here to do though. It's a reliable tool for taking out groups of weak enemies. It's got decent range, magazine size, fire rate, and a great ammo capacity. Perfect for long missions with unknown challenges. Another dependable tool is the dual missile launcher. It's easiest to hit things at mid-range, doesn't require you to assume stance, reloads quickly, and just maintains some of that ever-important stagger. The last ranged option is the Songbirds, an extremely powerful explosive launcher best used from above to hit enemies with the splash damage. And rounding out the arsenal, the ever-brilliant Pile Bunker melee weapon. The charged attack deals unparalleled damage, but has a short range, is very picky with when it connects, and doesn't take you forward at all. This means you should ideally be already in kissing range when the enemy gets staggered. As such, the assault rifle is the best weapon to preserve your mobility. If you cannot do that, the uncharged punch can close the gap and deals okay damage too. Now the AC itself. It's problematic to say the least. The frame totals to around 9k AP, which is not a tragically low amount. However, the booster absolutely sucks and results in a heavyweight tier mobility. Therefore, both the health pool and the attitude stability are irredeemably low for how slow this AC feels. The generator is atrocious as well, with a tiny capacity. And, of course, the FCS is not suited for the weaponry. To end on a better note, the Assault Armor expansion can be used if your Rubiconian handshake happens to be on cooldown or something. One cool application of this tool I haven't mentioned comes into play when fighting ACs programmed to take advantage of stagger. You can actually activate expansions when you're staggered, so an enemy such as Rusty will get in close for a punish only to get staggered in return and receive an ass spanking of their own. To sum it up, I do acknowledge how terrible the frame and internals are, but this is contrasted with an inversely powerful and laser-focused arsenal that can shred just about anything on Rubicon. Institute. This AC is virtually identical to Echo in its frame and internals. The only real difference is an inferior coral generator with all the shortcomings of its ilk. The expansion has also been swapped for terminal armor. It's like they're trying to make this as shit as possible. As for the weapons, the primary firearm is a plasma rifle. Plasma is a damage type which creates a lingering bubble of AoE damage on impact. It is very easy to hit things with and can deal some okay-ish damage on stationary targets. However, the rate of fire is slow, has underwhelming stagger, is not effective against mobile enemies, and the charged shot is just a bigger bubble. The ammo capacity is also on the lower side. The back weapons are two sets of Aurorae. These units produce an accelerating hail of 4 projectiles, which have quite good tracking and deal a significant amount of stagger. What's the catch? Well, they're not actually very good at hitting things. Instead of taking advantage of the multiplicity of projectiles, they seem to always converge on each other when about to hit the target. This means a nimble foe is not going to struggle to evade them. The lock-on time is also astronomically high. Rounding off, we have the Moonlight Blade, which doesn't really have any advantage over the Coral counterpart. With how little stagger you're bound to be dealing, you must use this weapon proactively to aid in this effort. This machine is just an inferior version of Echo in many ways. It has very bad overall ammo capacities, underwhelming mobility and survivability, and also lacking damage and stagger output. Mind Gamma. The first of 3 all-mind dedicated ACs. This one is probably my least favorite, but they're all quite good. The frame is a mid-weight amalgam of alpha and beta parts with around 10k AP and a respectable stability. The reverse joints allow for the highest jumps and have very powerful kicks. However, the actual kick power of this AC is not as staggering as some others we'll be discussing. The booster specs also don't really reflect how the AC feels to move. The primary weapon we've got here is the Karasawa. It's an energy rifle capable of firing both plasma and lasers, and has 2 stages of charge. The basic attack is not very powerful, but the rate of fire makes up for it. The first charged shot is a laser beam, which consumes 8 units of ammo. It is quite powerful, but that ammo consumption feels excessive. That's not all though. The final stage of charge is this highly damaging laser and plasma combination, which consumes 20 units of ammo. For context, the entire ammo capacity is 160. The Ludlow is the other firearm. It's a kinetic light machine gun with high ammo capacity, which can be useful for maintaining stagger at close range. And finally, the Laser Orbit is a weak counterpart to the Huxley. It shares the same weaknesses, but it barely ever misses. You need a Steel Haze type of opponent to have trouble hitting. The final unit is a shield, which can be quite powerful at absorbing damage. However, I think this build would really benefit from having a dedicated punish weapon, especially since we have pulse armor. This machine has 3 weapons which, if working in unison, can stagger an AC fairly quickly. The way it is now, the energy rifle's charged shot is your best option, but ammo scarcity will bleed you dry on more prolonged missions. That and the generator being pretty weak are the main downsides of this AC. At least the FCS is good.